John.
Hey,
Yep. RC fun.
John, what's up, brother?
You say, yo.
Going to do the frog light build, man. I'm going to go ahead and do the frame. Just something I've been wanting to do. Cap's got his frame together and his motor's on, I believe. So I don't want to get too far out ahead of him. Ribbit. Nice looking frame when it's together. I don't know if you had a chance to see this yet. Frog light, TEC frog light 218. I'm going to run these motors here onto it. These are the hobby wing. Focus in on there maybe. They are 2405, 28 KBs. So probably going to be like a 2-minute ride when you're on it. I have the flight controller. I did have a race flight one. Reaper FPV is swapping me up for one. A Omnibus F3 for beta flight. So I can stick with beta. I don't want to do the race flight thing. So other than that, I have everything over here. I do believe PDB, VTX, pretty much everything to do it. I actually won these ESCs off of Facebook. Man, they're slim ESCs. Got a little XM Plus receiver. Man, this little receiver here is tiny to put on anything. I think you're no, you're Fly Sky, right? You have the XM on yours. That's right. I was kind of waiting to see if anybody else jumps in, but I'll get rolling here in a minute. You know, had a crash yesterday, John. I can't remember the live stream I showed you. Lost the whole bell.
Oh, you're in trouble.
It lost the clip.
You were in deep shit.
And then just ripped by.
Captain Cook, Big Brother, what the fuck? You went live without me?
I'm gonna build the TEC frame just to catch up with you. I'm not gonna build the drone itself, just the frame. What do you got? You got your frame and your motors, right? And Lewis, he got me this frame, and I've just been wanting to do it. And I've been with everything going on, just lacking a little bit. Yada. You know, I thought to ask you, did you want to come on too? I was like, nah, he's got things going on. Nah, you know, I ain't think like that. No, no, I did think about it. I thought, yeah. Oh, you're fine, Lewis. I just want to do it because he did get the frame and he wanted me to build it, so I got things. But I know. He's probably. I know he's watching. Or not watching.
Look, there he is.
What I tell you? Boom. This is it, brother. So that's the man. Is all. I was waiting on him just for him to jump in. So guys, we'll jump into this. Bear with me. I'll figure out where the screws go as we go. So it's going to be the frog light, TEC frog light B2 build. That's like a quick pencil sketch that I did on the box. They give me these to go on the end of the arms. You guys already know I probably won't end up using them because you need longer screws, and I already used my longer screws in something else, so I'm using the shorter ones here. All right, let's do it. So this is going to be the bottom plate. So this box out of here. Figure out the arms because the arms are different on how they lay out. I like doing this. It's like putting a puzzle together when you build these frames because they don't give you get like an instruction sheet, and you guys already know I don't read and I don't even know what I did with it in the first place. Unless it's right here. I think this is it. I just said I couldn't find it. I was right underneath something. when you're not looking, you find it. So there's what they tell you to do there. Which I have learned already that the longer screws, the longer screws, I always have learned that they go in your middle because they come all the way through both pieces, and then they give you a little bit to get onto with your standoffs. But
Paducah said that is good. It prevents elimination. And Neil said, I'm producing a video right now of mission.
Mission. Oh. Dude, I don't know how you stop the rain, but you gotta talk to me. I gotta show you a video. He did one video. It's crazy. He said, "Who can stop the rain?" He goes, "Rain stops." Pulls his hand down, the rain pours. Yeah.
Well, guys, y'all need to contact Captain Cook
Got skills, bro.
Put in your request for fly time. Then, if he has those kind of skills.
So I'm gonna
he's been holding out on
adapt to these, because I'm not gonna run standoffs, nylon standoffs, because, well, you guys already know. We'll break things.
You break things? Nah, what are you talking about?
So the only thing with that is I don't know which one or which length I would be needing, because I would probably be using something like this to come all the way through. But I just have to make sure that it will not over. Let me see how that works. So I'd have to drop back to this guy.
Hi, Lewis. I'm hiding back in the corner playing a game right now, but I'm watching chat for Chris.
Guess if I had that
until about 15 minutes from now, I gotta go make a phone call.
Just be able to squeeze that one through. Okay, let's give it a shot. Put that through there. Put this in here.
I know, Paducah. It is mighty late for you, Lewis, babe. That's why we do the Saturday International show.
And Lewis has been.
I miss you, though.
Lewis has been sick, guys. So wish him well. He's got that
Are you feeling better, baby?
Got that old flu. So I think we're good there, guys. I think that will work. So we'll run it for now. If not, I could always change it out. You see, it doesn't hit. So that's all I need is the clearance there. So when I put everything going, the flight controller, the PDB, and everything. So.
Shorty FPV.
Brody, what's up, brother?
Bob Biker.
Bob Biker, welcome. So the guys were just jumping in here. We are assembling the Frog-Lite, Trans-Tec Frog-Lite 218 frame, sent to me by my brother, Louis Paducah. It has been here for a while.
See you in a bit, Neil.
See you, big brother, in a little bit. Over here.
He said video is done rendering.
Cool. See you in a minute. Well, not a minute, but you know what I mean.
Hey, Ryan, I'm hiding over here in the corner. Chris is building.
Our other screw in here. Like I said, bear with me on the frame. If you guys built these before, you know. You got to take your time and put them on. How many has built these frames and had to take them all the way back apart a couple times? Because you look at them different.
Thanks, Bob. Yeah, y'all forgot that like button. Just saying.
Oh man, you guys got to smash that like button. This has got to be a good like video, right? Building a throne frame and a Frog-Lite like that.
Not at the current moment. There's only 2 likes. A lot of people forgot that button.
Well, that's all good. I still love you. So as you can see right there, what I said with the arms, these are not the right ones. I will be needing these arms, and that's what I tried to tell you. So let's take that back off. And that's one thing that people were complaining about when they were purchasing this frame. And it's just as simple as trial and error. And I think this is the right way.
Shorty, you just subbed one of the greatest channels for your own network. That's where the main show is.
Maybe I did have the right one. Maybe I had them on fast.
There is an episode tonight.
There we are. Okay. It was just on upside down and backwards for me. So that's what I try to tell you. You can get out, if you notice, you can get out of sync quick because of the way they drill the holes. Okay. So I just had them on backwards.
Great great deal, Lois. 4E Max 2205 2300 kV for $20 on Wish, guys.
Bro, I'm buying a set of those. Definitely. Are they red bottoms? That is a deal and a half. Okay, the front part is going to be the hole here. I'll say the hole. That sounds stupid, right? So let's put that back on there like we had it. All right, now we're ready to put the nuts on it. You guys can see, yep. Giving it the finger, you see?
He said, red bottoms.
All day long. You know how much? I need to set those motors. $20 for them. What's shipping? Oh, that'd be different for him. Yeah. Yes, that's a deal. So then,
Droner Jones, you just got
Jones,
your power back
welcome.
on, and you decided to hop in here.
I appreciate you, brother. Sorry. So there's our two rear arms. I'm most sure that's going to be the front and the rear. Let's double check the little diagram here, but I don't maybe not be able to see too good that it's going to be. Yes. So the two holes go in the rear. Gotcha. So you can use the diagrams every now and again. So I won't be using the 4 big screws that they give me here, unless I utilize them on the outside arms here, which I just may do that. Let's see how far these screws go through. So then these screws you're going to want to put downward.
I know, right, Bob?
And they have nice edge on them, so we'll go ahead and put that on. And they give you lock nuts for the outside one. I kind of thought they'd give you lock nuts for all of them, but
Lewis said that's a true X-ray.
yes, this is a true X-frame, and it is a very, very good frame. It comes and goes. You can grab it, and then at times you can't even get your hands on it.
Hey, Mo.
But that and the TBS.
He's building the frog-like frame.
Gets to be tough to grab frames at times.
Shorty wants to know which flight controller.
Shrody, I'm going to be using the SP Racing F3 on this one. I kind of fell in love with them F3 boards. I kind of can make them do what I want them to do. But yeah, I did have a Race Flight F4 and I swapped it up. I'm sorry, I'm using an Omnibus F3, not an SP Racing, an Omnibus. I swapped up the Racer Star, or Race Flight, not Racer Star, Race Flight V2 for it, because Race Flight is like they have wizards and stuff. So when you go in there, you have to. The wizard does everything. In other words, Beta Flight, you guys already know that use Beta. That we do all that ourselves.
Droner Jones said, "I'm going to get you to build and set up my first race squad."
And Jason, I would be glad to do that for you, brother. No problem.
I'll be Drone. Dano, hey baby. He said, "Chris Justice, thank you so much for your expertise. Had me straight in 5 minutes. You the man."
Thank you, brother. I don't know about all that, but I'm glad to be able to help you out. Really appreciate it that you called me. And I'm glad that I had the Tyrannus to walk you through that. That's why I like to have all the different transmitters, guys. Like, I'll keep a Fly Sky just because of that and different reasons for that. And Spectrum, well, not so much. So there's what we look like. So if this looks different, this is just because instead of using nylon standoffs, I use these. Because we all know when it gets cold, those plastic standoffs will break on you at the least bump of a hard hit. And you guys know me. I'm always hitting hard. So.
And usually breaking something.
And actually, I'm getting ahead of myself.
And usually breaking something.
And actually, I to there. So that's not right. So this bottom one.
Bob said you don't have a Turnigy to help me out.
Bob, I do have one of those coming. A Turnigy Evolution. I do have one of those coming, sir. So I wonder if I could run the longer. I guess I better not redstone. So we'll run these up through there and make sure. I think that's going to be long enough. Yeah.
RDFPB Ryan wants to know if he can send you his unique Q500 so maybe you can look at it and possibly fix it.
Sure, Ryan. Would be glad to. Sorry. So now let's put the front leg on here. Make sure we get it lined up in the right position. And I think that's gonna be it. They look close until you go to put the bolts in them, and it's like, oh, no, there we go. Okay. All right, so then we take this guy here.
Oh man, Dano, under tornado watch again?
Dang, brother.
Sheesh.
Neil, I was talking to Neil today, man. Them winds were whipping.
Shit, check. There goes.
And I'll put I'll go back and probably put like a little O-ring on there. Actually, I'll print it with TPU. I do print and TPU for you guys that don't know. And I can print little O-rings and stuff, so I'll put that on there, kind of just so I'm not going right down on that carbon. Just for now.
Uh-oh.
But
Mo, I wish you'd got with me first.
Mo, welcome. What?
She splurged last night and ordered the Bugs 3 and used up her Wish credits and got it for $39. Sis, I knew where one was for $35, and you could have possibly used your Wish credits and got it even cheaper. I don't know how the Wish credit thing works.
Trying to hit the hole here. So look, wouldn't that be cool, right? So think of like pins.
If I was you, sis, she said she doesn't know if she should order the extra batteries or the camera. I'd go with the extra batteries to get stable with it first.
Yeah, for sure. Think of like a pin, right? With like the little ball bearing that pop out, you could just push in there. So you could actually have one of these guys that fold it if you want to. Leave you plenty enough wire. I've thought about that. I mean, folded that. You guys already know I'm crazy, so. All right, so let's go and put a nut on here. It's starting to take. It's starting to look like something.
Looks like a frame.
So like I said, well, I didn't use the longer ones. Let's get them longer ones out here. Like I said, when you build a frame, the longer screws always going to probably be your ones. And I did this one on backwards, I believe. I got that one on right. Okay. That's what I said. The biggest gripe of this frame was the way the arms are, because if you don't pay attention on how the holes are when you put it in, it's easy to flip them. But that's nothing to really gripe about. I mean, that's your negligence putting it together, you know, not paying attention, as I always do.
All right, Ryan, he'll send you his address. Text you his address later.
Let's flip it over there. And I'm hoping the hole just ain't out.
Axiomatic, welcome.
Axiomatic, welcome.
Live build of the Shrug Light frame. Chris is catching up to Big Brother Captain Cook.
I'm trying to hit the hole there. There we go. And a lot of times you get these frames. That's why I said, well, I hope that the holes aren't off. There's a lot of times, I didn't think I would go through it with this though. A lot of times they do drill the holes off different, so they will offset or something like that on you. But this one, yes, going together good. That's just me putting it together well. So that's what it looks like so far. Really nice looking. Really, I mean, not even really tight yet. It's kind of sturdy.
Hey, Bob, I think they're still forgetting something. You know what I mean?
So,
JNC Fishing Channel, welcome.
I do things with still flyers and stuff. So, fake on that lazy out, fake on it, grab your adjustable wrench. So, I got everything in my box where I was out yesterday down in Fruitland. We had a good time down there. That was really cool working with the kids and stuff. Screws seem real nice on it. They don't seem to strip out real easy. You guys know what I mean? You have that those ones that just the Allen wrench seems like it doesn't go down in there deep enough and kind of like skips itself around. See how that one just did? Okay, a couple of those screws are good. Talked about it and it happened. That's always the case, right? And this is old. This is actually, some of you might recognize that Bob the biker will. Looks like your ghost drone there, Bob. See, that was nice and tight. So I think all out and out, and that's even, just like I said, that's not even having all the screws in it. It's tight. That's feels nice. Perfect X. I'm a little concerned about these motors going on this because they're Hobby Wing 2405, 2850 kV motors. You see, that's going to be a hunk of motor on there. So it's going to probably just be something, go out and run around the track about 2 minutes. And anything more than that, you're probably going to land with a lava pack. Let's go and take these down. Well, let's not take them all down. Put our other screws through and put the good stuff on it. That's what really looks nice when you put the top on this thing. And it really starts to take shape. And this here, what I've learned, but what I learned here is they're recessed like the camera, so you got to pay attention on like what side you have it. So they would go like this, so where your camera would sit right in there. And like I said, I believe I have just about everything for this.
What new card you get, Dano?
Well, until I get the flight controller that me and Reaper traded. I sent him mine. He's sending his out Saturday, so I bet by next week, mid next week, and get her done. Me and Neil's gonna
JNC wants to know how long it will take you to build that from the ground up. He is only actually building the frame right now. But if he just sat here and built everything
all together, having everything here in front of me and laid out, don't have to wait on no parts, have everything here, I could sit down and get this done, I'd say in 2.5 hours, 3 hours. I could do it in probably an hour, hour and a half. But remember that you're soldering on tiny things. I mean, I don't know if you guys can really tell on how small you get in some of this. And you guys know soldering flight controllers. I don't have one here handy, but it's really tiny, like to solder them. So you have to take your time, because that's what I've done before. Got in a hurry and jumped stuff. Solder would cross over, and I think it wasn't working, and ended up stripping it out, doing something, messing something else up, trying to correct something, and something I did right out the gate. So yeah, probably about
Mo, I'm not sure how long it's going to take him to put that together, but you know, we will be on the night with the Drones at Work. She's got to run the med chart up to the hospital.
Okay. Yeah, we'll be on tonight for sure. This is just me. I want to come on and do this. Reaper.
Hey, baby.
Jeremy. He heard me talking about him, I think. This is what I'm gonna put on that flight controller that we swapped, brother. So you guys know I was telling you about that. That's Jeremy that just stopped in here, Reaper. Check him out.
He just got off work.
He is really big into our community. He actually went to the Rotor Riot Rampage. Shared a bunch of beautiful pics. Thank you, Jeremy. So there we have it, guys. That's the bottom part. Here, this is a battery plate that says Frog. I thought it was cool, but I kind of don't use battery plates. Now this here is going to go on top here. I'm going to stick that on. That's our last step. And this will still have to come back apart to do odds and ends inside there. But like I said, I just wanted to do it because Baduga did buy this for me and send it here to me. So we're going to be Frog Brothers. He's going to eventually get one.
Welcome.
John C., welcome, brother. Appreciate all you guys stopping in and watching me just ramble
Anthony,
on.
Mr. Winky Head.
Winky.
Welcome, babe.
Winky, I was thinking about you just a few minutes ago. Is your frog and actually the frog-like frame? I can't remember. But Mr. Winky Head is the first that I seen with. Okay, that's not gonna go. Like I'm trying. Why can't I hit the hole, guys? It's because it's different. So I don't think I have my connection here. We'll just tighten them down with our fingers. They have to come back out anyway. Looks like mine. Yes. Okay, so I thought it was. Nice. So I'm gonna have to. I like Anthony's when he built it. I think I might run those Azores on this thing. Props. I really like that he had those green Azores on it. The colors. And then this here.
And it is no problem.
Just pops on.
Jeremy says, I apologize for taking a lot of that plate controller sent out. When I get off work, the post office is closed.
Oh, brother, no problem. Hey, you warned me from that right from the gate. No problem at all. Just doing this to try to catch up with Cap. So if you purchase the frame, that's the complete frame, and they do give you a Trans-Tech strap.
MX Rider, welcome, babe.
And then, like I said, your battery plate, so your strap will go through here and here, come down and through here, so when you hit, kind of give you some protection, but I would still break that and puncture the battery. So, and then they have pieces back here. You can either choose to put this one on.
See you tonight, John C.
Or you could put this one on. Yeah, see you tonight, John. Thanks for stopping in, brother. And actually, I do have the longer screws, which, nah, that's ghetto. We won't do that. But anyway, they don't give you screws for that. You have to supply your own screws for that. But
Dano said he can't hear the stream because it's raining too hard.
Dano, can you hear me now?
Everybody else is deaf. But
I won't use these. I'll end up just throwing these to the side and 3D printing something.
Later, Dano. Be safe, baby.
But Josh Withrow, you guys know, that's my man. He got me onto these. Man, when I crashed that Sunday, it just broke everything inside my quad. When I first met Josh, I had a bad crash. So yeah, these work really nice. And to be honest with you, well, everybody's probably saying, well, what's that thing weigh? Let's find out.
Later, Lewis. Enjoy dinner, babe.
Lewis, thank you, brother. Probably holding up too high, you know.
I just got a phone call to make, so I'll catch y'all later.
Have a good one, Lewis.
So, guys, that means I am no longer going to be monitoring chat.
Welcome.
So, I'll catch you guys in a bit.
I know, Jeremy. I would love to go down to that, dude. That would be epic. Just to meet you there would be the most epic part of it. Family. All right. Let me see. She's trying to duck here so she don't.
I got to play limbo. He's got everything stretched all the way across the room.
I can see it now. Whoosh! There goes the camera. All right. So let's tear that off and see what this thing weighs up at. That is 105 grams. Without everything. So let's try to start throwing some stuff on here and see what we got. Oh, we're gaining weight quick. No one likes that, right? Oh yeah, we're at 305 now. Steady climbing. We'll put a little tiny LED on it. It's a BTX camera. Let's get it on there somewhere. Well, we can't put the pack on there and calculate that, can we? That wouldn't be right. And that's no wire or nothing, so I think that's just about everything besides a pack and a strap. And that's 357 grams. So not too bad. My I think that will still be the lightest 5-inch. Well, no, wait a minute, because we gotta calculate light controller. Is that like an ultra light controller, Jeremy, like made of paper? So now I got flight controller. You figure some wiring. Actually, maybe not. The wiring on the motors are real long. So let me show you here. We're not going to be near that. So we'll probably be shedding a little bit of this weight, honestly. By the time it's all said and done. This really would be better with 4-in-1, but I'm against them things. Just for the fact that when you burn one, and I am hard on them, you have to replace everything. So let's go ahead and see where we'd be at with putting a motor on this guy. And I'm not ignoring chat, guys. I'm just turned around. I can't see the chat right now, but I'm looking at it now. Ah, you can't resist now, Lois, right? You're going to get it done. Jeremy, I want to meet you too, brother. You're epic. And I felt so bad, guys. I'm gonna share the story, right? I've never saw Jeremy, and I was watching. When I looked at his name, I thought it was Reaper. I didn't really. My brain didn't calculate on how he spelt it, so I'm over there watching another Reaper FPV. I don't even know if you know him, Jeremy. So when you're sharing the pictures and all, it's like a couple of people. I was like, yeah, man, check these out, right? And so they're like, well, who's the guy with Schizo? I think it's with Schizo, right? I know the drip got the purple hair. Sorry if I get them guys mixed up. So they're like, who's the guy, with the red beard with him? I'm like, I'm not sure. I think that might be Hot Dog FPV. Dude, I don't know. I just took a shot at it. I was way wrong. It was Jeremy. But that's awesome, bro. You looks like you had a great time down there. Did you actually get to rip drones with them, race around and stuff? We'll be right back. Got to pump gas. I didn't see that again. MX Rider, what's up, brother? Glad that got you going, Dano. You can still hear. Thank you, Mel. I think she's going already too. All right, so here's where we're at with this. So let's get this tuned up out the way. So we do that. So all right, here's so as you can see, it's a good thing I actually won these ESCs from Facebook, Nuditsy FPV. Check them out. These are 45 amps, I think, ESCs. And the good thing is, it worked out because number one, I think, blue motor, blue ESC, so it goes with this frame. And it's slim. If you can see, we're not working with much on that arm. I mean, that thing is perfect for that arm. So you can see now, like I say, with the wire, I'll be all this week gone pretty much. Because we're only going to need literally probably like that much of those wires. I'll nip them off, and I mean, I'm talking, I'll just have a nub there just to solder onto. So we're looking at like that probably. Yeah. I like to give myself as much as possible as I can give. If I could go that way, I hit right here on the frame, so that's going to be probably right where I go right there. So actually, I'll just probably leave just a little bit and just loop it around there and solder onto it. So here's what we're looking at as far as that, and see, you can see plenty of wires. So there'll be no wires added. So actually, there'll be wire cut off of it. So you can see right there, that goes all the way to almost to the other arm. That's your signal wire. That's your positive and your negative for your ESC. So that would solder to here, your positive and your negative, and this is going to go in like this. And you can see this is a 30-30 stack, a 30-30, and it's going to be tight. And you know what's cool as it looks now? Okay, because it looks like it's going to be set on the angle, but now it's set flat. So yeah, that and the FC, it's going to be a tight build. The BX is going to be kind of tough to squeeze in there, I think maybe. But I do have that AKK one that is a 30x30, so I might get a triple stack in there. I'm not sure. We'll find out. If not, I'll run this guy more up to the front here, where it angles up. Try not to hit nothing. Yeah, it looked like they're pretty good. If you guys, I'll show you guys. It looks like it pretty much sets on there nice too. You can't even see it. I keep holding it up and high. You see right there, you can't even see the VTX under there. Yes, 218mm. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, Anthony. So okay, see, I don't even. So these are soft mounts. So Anthony in the chat is saying that. So that's how you put them right like that. Okay. that's what I said, Anthony. I won't even use these. I just pop these on just to show them. But thank you for correcting me on that. Because on mine, and I understand exactly what you mean, because that's what I do here. 3D print it and then mount it on top. This, for you guys that weren't in here earlier, I went out yesterday to an event that Tito Mendina is actually in the, I want to say Navy. They're at Wallops Island, and they do the radar and satellite. So I do know that much. I'm not sure exactly what part they're in, but we had an event to help the kids, show them and all about drones, stuff like that. So I went out there, and it was awesome. They invited me to participate in that. So I go out and I come down. We had a nice course there. I got some footage coming up. I hit a gate so hard, I literally hit and lost the bell. It lost the clip and threw the bell and all off all at one shot. And we have no idea where it went. It probably went off sideways or wherever. But yeah, it was still fun. I got a motor on its way from Get FPV, $10, so I can't beat that. But yes, 218 or 218 millimeters. Yes, that is, and that's going to be. I think that's what makes it really nice. Because here is the Real Act 210, and well, they say 210, but I bet you this thing is probably more on 218, but this is right on the money with this. Oh, did we find something there? I think this is going to be a 218 frame then. I thought it was closer to the 220 because if I hold up to my Wizard, it's not far off. It's just the true X part of it. But this is so here is the Wizard frame turned sideways. I've had quite a few Wizard frames, smashing and bashing them as I'm coming up. But so this is how the Wizard frame normally would be. I cut the carbon fiber plating and turned it into a true X like this. Is amazing difference on the tightness and stuff. But as you can see, so when they say true X, I think of more or less something like this. Which you can see the frog is maybe what, shorter arms? The frog is almost one with that. And that's why I think I really like this one here, because this guy here is the same way. If you look at the bottom of that, that almost fits this as that X. So I thought that was cool. After looking at the wall one day, this was hanging on there, and I was like, man, if I turn that this way, because I broke the front plate or top plate, I was like, if I turn that way, I could build something out of that, and I actually built it. You guys remember that was the Bardwell board that had the bad ESCs on it, so she didn't last long. Bradley, Silver Top Flyer, welcome. Went to heaven. Yeah. Yeah, that's why this guy here is my Wizard now, and I had to build another Wizard. Something just in my brain told me I had to have a Wizard hanging on the wall, and I don't even fly it. As you see, I robbed the VTX off of it last week. We have mismatched motors on it. It flies beautiful. It's a great flyer. Everything. It's just something I have to have the Wizard on the wall because this guy's what made me. This is what I got probably 80% of my skills with. So, my best. Thank you, Anthony, for letting me know that, though. But yeah, I'll just end up, because these are hard plastic, not hard plastic, but they give a little bit. I'll end up doing some like red TPU. But I think it's going to be a pretty nice build. These 2850s, I'm telling you, and Nameless Droner. And this is what's cool, right? Because throughout time, I've just put stuff together. So Night Train FPV ended up sending me this just randomly threw it in the box when he sent that. I'm gonna get that story. But anyway, just random box, and hey, I use it. So PDB I got from Mike. Lewis sent me the frame. Nameless Droner bought these to do a build, and then a couple people told him, Joshua Bardwell being one. That's why I really worry about using these motors. He said that they're gonna burn your packs up if you don't watch yourself. So I got them from Nameless Droner. One the ESCs. I can't complain about this build, because the couple dollars that I have put into it, the flight controller I did buy. I bought that brand new. We bought that from Race Flight herself, whatever, raceflight.com, I think. And receiver we purchased. And then the VTX is just stuff I had laying around. Got that out of Drone Dropbox, antennas. So I can't complain about the build. I mean, I have pretty much not much into it, so it still doesn't make it no different to me. I still cherish it. I saw your video, brother. Awesome. I thought that was cool that you did that. Real War Easy. Welcome. This is just to build the frame, guys. They're just joining in. I'm not going to do the build here. Me and Captain Cook, we are going to do a live build where he's going to build one and I'm going to build one. And he is building the Martian 4. So that would be pretty cool. So I want to try to catch up to him. And that's why basically the race flight, I really didn't want to do that because I want to go through the beta and all with him, on the setup. So I would have had to go to 2 different things and not beat no one up that does race flight. Hey, I've seen it work and it works beautiful. It's just not my cup of tea right now with the Wizards. I'm a little intimidated by it. I'm not gonna lie. I like to be in control and doing stuff that I do. You know what I mean by stuff like that. That way, if I mess it up, I can't just get mad and cuss the computer. I still would though. John, those motors are big, brother. They are massive. I mean, massive. So I think here's where I'm gonna try. I think if I go with the right and don't put one, like a say for instance like a 51, 52, that would dig too much. I think. I'm probably gonna run just like the HQs on them. These guys here, I think these like 40 or 50, 41s. So I'm not going to put nothing aggressive on it, is what I mean by that. Try to put like I guess a mild prop on it so I don't dig too much and eat too much of the battery. And I do have a 1,550 milliamp hour ADC 4S pack port, so that gives me a little bit more than 1,300. Hey, I hear you on that, Reaper. Me and my son, man, we fly too. We just flown today, and it's awesome. Like, I shared a video with Lewis, a little short clip him out there in the field with that Dark Max. I know what you mean, man. When I got done running that one at the Winter Place Park where I was split S-ing those trees and all that, when I landed on the ground, the one that I said this guy impressed me, that's me flying. I just said that because I impressed myself on that. When I land, my son's like, wow. I was like, what? He's like, you've gotten way better. And I was like, that's what made it right there. And look, I'd get upset like when we got to fly, he's like looking around at the ground and all that because I like that. I like how we inspire each other. Like when you land, it's like, man, that was epic. That was cool. You did awesome on that. And that's, that's inspiring. And that is. Paducah's going through the same thing with Rodrigo, getting him into flying. Man, if you guys have your son and you get him into running these rigs, and then they are, not even running them, just supporting you and letting you know, hey, you done great. I can see a difference. And I'll tell you what, you guys, Adam Plummet FPV, he told me, go back and watch your first video and then watch your video where you're at today and then see what which difference looks like. And I tell you what, that was amazing. That was something that I never even thought about it. Yeah, exactly. Nikki, welcome, brother. But yeah, I think it's cool. Share the knowledge. Like I said, I'll go to anything. As far as like anybody want to do something with the kids or anything local, I'm all for it. That's what I was in the M4 group for. Paying like $35 a month. I thought that's kind of where it was going to reach out to, but it's a STEAM program. But this place is really into the STEAM program on this, so I think we're going somewhere with it. She asked, would it be a once a year event now? So that would be cool. And you guys have to, I have to show you guys some of Tito Medina's flight, dude. He is, I call him Rotor Riot, dude. He is sick. I'm telling you, he is crazy on the sticks. Awesome, Jeremy. That's what's good about it, man. Me and my son, we would go out there, and so you know your son always watches you, right? So he's learning your, your habits and stuff like that. So when you kind of struggle to get through something, you make it a little easier for them, right? Well, that's how my son is, right? He'll kind of watch me and stuff like that, and learn, and I watch him and learn also. And well, when I was trying to find my way, I guess, deciding what did I want. Did I want to be the guy go here and smash and bash every weekend, or did I want to go out and fly and enjoy myself, not break everything every weekend? He couldn't keep up with me on that. He's like, "You're changing way too much on me now." I'd go out here one day and I would just be like casually flipping around, just slowly going around trees and stuff. And then here lately, I've been turning it up, like going in corners. I mean, snatching it in the corner. And you guys all know when we turn a corner real fast when we were learning, we'd snatch it. And then you could see how we would like do our best to get it back before, so we wouldn't crash it. Well, that's what he kind of thought. He saw me just go in that corner and snatch that thing and throw it back the other way. He's like, wow, I didn't believe you were on the sticks like that. I thought you'd come in too hot and just had to turn out. He's like, that's good. And that's the inspiring part about it. Watching them fly is epic, too. And I appreciate you for that, Bob. Hey, I'll never, ever, ever say I'm the best, because I'm not. There is so much out there to learn. Look, the bigger guys, they inspire me too. Rotor Ride guys, look, don't get me wrong. But I try to tell people to look at where in our family, dude, we have people in our family that can rip it. I mean, we have talent people. And it's like, it hurts your feelings a little bit when you see, and I'm not talking about me, don't get me wrong. I'm talking about, like, for instance, right off the top of my head, like Kirk Mayberry. He is good with it. Man, Jeremy, check him out. He can fly. I mean, we have a lot of people. Josh, dude, you guys ever seen Josh's flights? Josh is really good and really smooth. Chuck it, Adam, Mike. If you guys were watching Adam and Mike, and I mean, as in Plummet FPV and Night Train FPV, if you guys watched before they went to Nubapalooza, they were on the sticks. But let me tell you what, when they came back from Nubapalooza, that racing thing does something to you guys. If you guys have never been able to go on a multi-GP track, do it. I'm telling you, Josh told me it would change me, and it did. It made me, because you get intimidated by the race thing. You're like, well, I can go out here and just be easy. When you worry about crashing all the time, you're going to smash that bird in the ground every time you fly. I remember what Old Gravy told me, Old Gravy Lakes, Matt. He said, think about when you crash, do it as hard as possible, because then the little things don't matter. And it might not be the same words, but I understood what he said that day, and it made sense to me, and I've been doing it ever since. Yes, I love progression too. I hate when you do something and you do something and you do something and you can't grasp it. And that's what, I guess, the hard-headed part is, where you have to get through it and tell yourself it's not going to happen. You're going to get a hold of this. And that's what I do to myself. But the only thing, I can't do like all the crazy trick stuff. I think I do pretty well. The only thing I can't do, say on purpose, is a Matty flip. I can do the whole flying backwards thing, like go up to a tree and pump and pull backwards and flip and roll out and stuff. I just can't put that front flip with it and then tuck that ass up and pull it back. It's just something I can't grasp it right yet. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate that. Thank you, Anthony, for jumping in, Mr. Winky Head. I'll have her built soon, man. Yes, Jeremy. And you know what I thought in the beginning? I used to say, you may have heard me say this. I said, I don't want to do the racing thing because I feel like the freestyle will improve your racing. Because I was thinking about coming out of the gates and like ripping upside down and going into the next gate. It's not even like that. It's like when you get on that track, you forget all that freestyle stuff. You don't forget it because you saw me throwing it in there on that, but you don't have time on a tight course like we were on yesterday. It was tight. You pretty much don't have time to do that. Just focus the gates, and that's your main focal point, and then look at the gate ahead of you, the next gate. That's what Josh told me, and it started putting it together up at Rob's field. And yeah, so I learned that being a racer will make you the better freestyler. And I think because you got to stay on point. You can't just go out here and you go out here and throw over top of a barn, dive down through trees. You don't have a specific line to stay on. Racing, you have to stay on that line. Respect the gates. If you're racing someone, you miss that gate, circle that gate and go around and hit that gate. You know what I mean? If you just cut across the next gate, that's kind of like being in NASCAR and just taking a hard left across the field and come back out on the other side. But and it's good like that. It teaches you discipline for one because you respect others on the field. It will get you on point because if you guys just go out here and rip by yourself, trust me, you have a different world when you go out here and fly with about 5 or 6 different drones in the air at one time. Channels, leading over on each other, blacking people out, making sure you don't plug in when they already are flying. I liked what Tito did down there yesterday. He said when the birds are in the air, you've missed your opportunity to plug in. I like that because this guy here has a pit button on it. I have to press to start my camera. It still doesn't matter. I can plug in. It still filters on people a little bit. But there was bad interference there yesterday, and a cell tower was right on our back, no more than 500 feet. So could have been an interference, may not. I don't know. Yes, good throttle management and all. And I'll tell you another thing. If you watch Mike and Adam, they're in them woods. They're killing it there because that's throttle control. When you're around trees, that's all I did today. I flew a little bit in the field, ripped and flipped and rolled and tucked and all that good stuff. My main focal point, I was hitting the gaps in the trees and trying to maintain that throttle around those trees and like literally circling, coming in hot on the corner to where I would brush the limb to where it would throw me around and make me compensate. And I think that's cool. And you crash like that, it doesn't even hurt. Just get off the throttle when it crashes. If you feel like you can't hold it, get out of it. That's simple. And that's what I do now. Man, I have my birds just love tap the ground anymore. I spun propellers loose on this today. Actually, this one, and Baduga, he's not here no more, but he'll tell you. I sent him a video where I was still, you can hear him squeaking like nails on a chalkboard. I still was going to hit the gap in the tree. I'm like, I'm still going to hit the gap. And I go up. It was good until I went to tuck like this because this propeller was real loose, so it just spun. So I didn't think about that, about the propeller not spinning and giving me that full momentum. But it was nothing. It just banged down the tree. So it didn't do no damage. She's still ugly. Uh-oh, John Hubson's line skills. Nice. Yeah, Bradley, I don't like to, I suck. I mean, I do. And when I got it, I'll let y'all know when I feel I got it. When I can take this out here and crank this camera up like this and throw that drone like that, and so when I go to fly, I don't like judge people, but I like to compare. And I know that probably sounds bad, but I'm saying as in skill wise, right? I like to see everybody's skills on the field, and look at yourself and tell yourself, I'm gonna be that person. Then when you have like one talent person there, right? So all right, that's easy probably to do, right? So take about 6 talented people and try to pick all your points off of them and make yourself better. That's what I do when I get around Josh and them. You guys heard Josh probably in the new tube say, "Hey, yeah, Chris was there. You know, he seemed like he wasn't having that good of a time because he wasn't flying much. I was, and Josh knows this. I was absorbing. I do. I get around you. I'm like a sponge. You don't want your secrets, like your sloppy Joe recipes or your bush baked beans. I absorb. So I'm gonna absorb and I'm gonna pick things up. And that's how I did the rates thing. Josh just talked to me a little bit about rates. I picked it right up. I'm nowhere near the best nor good at it. I'm just starting to get into it, but I will figure it out, more than what I got it now. Yes, Jeremy, when you get those quads in the air, man, like that, that is sick. Watching them, like being a part of them is awesome, but watching them guys, and if you, man, could have watched Josh and them chase that wing that they do, epic. Drone in the house. What's up, Eric? Eric is one of the 3 amigos. I will be number 2 and Josh number 3. That's what we call ourselves, the 3 amigos. So I saw you got some parts, Eric. Did you get them all together? Driv has nothing on me. Yeah, right. These guys could fly at one eye compared to me. Go ahead, Eric. I'm with it. This time last year I was flying uninspired. Damn, was I? Did things change that quick? Herb, flying high. What's up, brother? Thank you for stopping in. Farmer All Fanatic. Sorry, guys, if I didn't see you right away. I'm turned around here. But this is where I'm probably at, where we're going to end at, because, the build here, because I just want to catch up to Cat. He got his frame together. He's going to do the Martian 4. Like I said, this is the Transtech Prog Lite 218 with some 2405, 2850 kV motors. Hey, and if anybody's in here, I'd be willing to trade you these motors for. They ain't gotta be big motors. 2300s. These are brand new. I had the boxes and all right here. My 2 metal package. If you want a powerhouse of a motor, I'm just saying, like maybe an experienced person may know more what to do with these things. I think I'm going to probably eat some packs up until I understand them. But I think, like I said, I'm gonna run them and just try to find the proper prop for it, not something that digs too much. What do you guys think? That'd probably be the best way, right? You put some 51, 52s on this thing will probably cut a hole in the ground when you take off. Drone Worship, what's up, brother? I'm watching on TEC now. What Eric's question was. How long would it take this time to Eric, your watermark on your channel, it usually shows up right away. Ed Love My Drones had an issue with that. It'll pop up when you choose your pick and it'll say something about the size is too big to upload. Just don't even worry about that and click OK anyway, and it should pop right up. I never paid attention that you didn't have a watermark on your channel. Neil taught me that as soon as I met him about that. He's like, man, you gotta get a watermark on your channel. Night Train, what's up, brother? Lots of power when I want it. Cool. I'm hoping, like I said, I want to use them. I don't want to really. I like the fact of it being, I call it like, think of like the old Chevelles, right? The old big blocks. That's what they were. They were tanks, but when you messed with them, they had muscle under the hood, right? That's what I'm thinking like with this. Back with Billy, welcome. Your first drone, DX3, sharper image, nice. Whoa, you've flown that. You might want to watch those 5-inch racing drones compared to that, brother. They're a lot scarier. Glad you're getting into it, though. Yours uploaded, but not on your videos. Huh. Oh, you bought one of the Tyros too, Eric? They're good, man. I think a lot of people, well, if you go now onto the website, they're now all good reviews on them. And Dan's got the Tero, right, Dan? Tero from GearBest. Yeah, Eric, I know you're talking about that watermark down in the corner. Bugs 2 mod and Skybike for hover test here, and damn. Time flies in this stuff. Oh, you getting the Tyro, Dan? Okay. 1 minute. If anybody's confused, we're still going live tonight. I just want to come on and do this. I had it laying here on the table forever. And like I said, I got everything for it. Like the flight controller I did have, but I swapped Jeremy for one. So you guys know he's just busy. He's gonna mail it out Saturday. Fine with me. So when I get that, I'll get me and Cap will get together. He's gonna build the Martian 4, and I'm gonna build the Frog Light 218 Trans-Tech with the Ditzy 40. I think they're 40. I'm gonna say 40 amp. I think they're 45, but I don't want to leave nobody wrong on that. And like I said, they're nice ESCs. The way they have like that armor piece on top there. And I'll show you guys that weren't here. Not much room to work with here on this arm. This probably is a 4-in-1 guy, but I'm not the 4-in-1 kind of guy. I'd rather run singles. I think that's gonna look pretty decent on there also. The blue and whatnot. Some wires in there, so it'll stay there. I think that would look pretty good too. And I use this here for tape. Double it up 2 or 3 pieces. And I don't even have to use a zip tie. I will zip tie these though. But on my VTX now, I don't even have to use a zip tie. They stay right there. It doesn't never fall off. You pull it off, you see it just tearing the plastic off. So 30 pounds, I think. Yeah, 30 pounds. So pretty freaking tough. Oh yeah, back with Billy, you'll get that. Price gouging on our retail stores, they'll kill you. That Sharper Image DX3, that's a nice one to start with for $180. Hell to the no. Yes, Bradley, I am going to run a capacitor on this. You know what? I wanted to run let me think here. The Cadex turtle on this, but I could 3D print something to make it fit. But this here, and this is just like a cheap shell because it's a fox ear, but the fox ear was busted on the side, so I had one of these, so I just ripped it all out and stuffed the fox ear stuff inside here, and then put the lens and all off the fox ear. But this kind of fits in here really good, so I thought that would be better than a micro one that's set here, because I do have a capacitor and all, and I want to run the turtle, the Cadex turtle camera, and capacitor, and yeah, that's going to be like smooth footage. That turtle is really beautiful as far as the camera. But I use everything. Look, Eric, and this guy is Rotor Right Swift 1. Does that look familiar, Eric? This is off the wizard that Eric gave me. I like the camera. You go out and plug it in right now. Well, you guys saw that night when we plugged it in the dark and I walked all around the house in the dark. That thing is nice. And I'm slowly building this. I gotta get a 20 by 20 stack for this. But I'm not 3-inch fan. I don't know. Maybe this with 4S might talk to me. But the Rodeo 110, this thing here, I would recommend you never ever to purchase this thing. I'm sorry, it's not worth it. It's not at all. I don't even think, I remember when Dan got his, he paid $100 for it, I think, right, Dan? Something like that. And I wouldn't even give that much for it now. Just, it doesn't, and I got this on beta flight, so, and that's the thing. It still is the power. I think the 2S power is what kills it. Just seems like it doesn't. It's fast on 2S, don't get me wrong, but when you try to go maneuvering, and I think where I'm stuck on 5 inches power looping and all, just the weight difference throws me off. I gotta get a 20 by 20 stack for it. That's all it needs. I had a stack that had a 1 burnt ESC in it. I sent it to Chris Riley. Yeah, I hear you, Eric. I saw your thumbnail for your video. I'm getting more into doing the capacitors and stuff, cleaning up the video. I think when it comes to drones, another thing a lot of people don't think about is they go right out the gate and they watch these bigger channels and are like, yeah, I want me an Armatin or something like that. I would go with the cheaper drone, the Tyro or the Taro. Very good drone. 100, one's 100, one's 112. There's a couple little things that people have built and understood about them. Little minor things that you have to watch with the Tyros and stuff. Some very, very, very simple things, matter of fact. But I say buy something like that and then put your money in your transmitter and then your goggles. Because, and then later on, probably when you get that and get it built, maybe upgrade your camera and your VTX if it's not already got a decent one in there. Because I think your FPV and your radio is your strong points. It should be your strong points. Like, go a little less on your bird. They all have propellers. They all have 4 motors. And that's what makes them fly. So it doesn't matter what you put in them. I have birds here that big as seagulls that fly, and it doesn't matter. And they all, to me, if I put my rates in them when I go out and fly with them, they're all the same. They don't. Not. I can't say exactly the same. One might do a little shake oscillation when I come out of a roll or something, but other than that, like this is a racer, and this is a freestyle, and they're the same. Like you fly them, only thing you can tell difference is these props are clear when you're flying with it. I fly them with the same transmitter. I have moved over to the XM Plus receiver, really liking that one. I do like the RXSR that I do have in this guy here, the Green Machine, but they're like $20, and I'm a cheap ass, so like $12 is better for me. But the XM Plus is good with 2 antennas. I haven't had no fail safes or nothing pop out on these guys, but the XM with the 1 antenna I have, so I'd watch those. Dan, you're gonna go to the moon. What is doing something in there? I'm going straight 5S to diary. Yeah, you're gonna learn something about 5S. We ride. I gotta say we ride. I'm used to riding 4 wheels and dirt bikes when I can hang out with people. We fly with Joe, and Joe is 5 and 6S. He said when you're on 5 and 6S, he said how your day goes is when you go out and start, go out and fly. Like when we got to fly, we just got, make sure our cameras are good or whatever. He said when you're 5 and 6S, he said plug your birds in the first thing you want to do. He said because a lot of times, he said it'll just pop and start smoking. And this guy's good. Let me tell you what. Really good on the sticks, and his rigs he had out there were beautifully, and I mean he had crossfire on them. He was amazing. He'd go down and bump the ground. You'd see his drone just go like this, and he'd correct and get right back up. It wouldn't even touch the ground. Like wow. So he knows exactly what he's doing. So, and he said when you could hear, well, you guys know when you plug 4S in on one of these, they pop. I mean they crack. Actually, go get one and I'll show you. Can someone bring? Actually, I don't want to cross the wires. Can someone bring me a 4S? But you hear when you plug them in, they crack. I don't know if you ever paid much attention to that. 5S, yeah, they're lightning bolts. And 6S. So just because he bring this one in, got the RDQ, 1300 milliamp, 100C. These are amazing batteries. You see, she's, well, I can't say she's puffy, but she's had quite a few flights on them. We respect them. We run them down to like 15.5. Let's hear when we plug this bad boy in what it does. Put up here to the mic. You ready? Here. That you hear before, that's the crack when you plug this thing in. But so that's, you know, 4S and me, I can run with the 4S packs and put them on my drone, do the same thing I could do with the 3S. But where I'm learning, I'm down to a 3S right now because I don't need all that floatiness and all that. I like my drones when I punch up like something and I let go of the throttle and I just tilt it. I like the drone just to come right back down with me. I don't like to have any kind of lag or any kind of waiting to get the drone back down. If you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, it makes a little pop noise. Exactly. I've actually seen it throw like a spark out at times on like the just different, I guess, different ones you plug in. Like it'll probably pop on this. Let me make sure all this is all nothing's touching. So we plug this in and have smoke. Can't hear it that much. But I tell you what, another thing that people don't respect because we don't know much about this, I do, but these PDBs, you have to give it up to Maytech for this because if you guys don't know, before you would have to take a PDB, and I'm going to grab one out of here just to show you. You guys don't understand what, some might, some may not, what they used to go through on a PDB. And that's why a lot of people that now want to get into building the drones, they kind of stay away from that because they're like, well, I remember what I used to have to do to supply 5 volts to my drone. They would have to use this before. You see that? It's got, now this one's actually a little bit easier one because it does have your solder tabs to kind of show you where you have to put everything. So that's why a lot of people get confused, but we're done with them. You don't even have to use them no more, right? This guy here, the Maytech, is where it's at. And they have multiple different ones. This one has a 12 volt supply, 5 volt. This one actually, if you look close, and Mike, I know you recognize this. This is the one you sent me. This one actually has the camera filter and all built into it. Focus on there. Not gonna do it. Try to get it where you guys can read that fine, right? There you go. See, camera and VTX hub. So it's like filters on your board and all that. So that makes your life a lot easier. This guy right here, I'm not sure if it's exactly this one, but the ones that I normally get are, let's find one right here, are the ones like this with your little XT60 connector that bolt, I say bolt, so it solders right to your board. Now, there is a thing that you have to do if you want to that will prevent you from tearing things up, is putting a little wire on here. I did it. I got ones that are right on. I got ones that did the wire just because people suggested it. $8 for that PDB. You cannot beat that for $8. Nice PDB there, yeah. Got that from this cool guy up there in Michigan. I think he flies dirty drones. And another good thing, man, I don't know your preference, do what you like, but This antenna setup here, this is it. I had a couple of times doing my antenna straight out and one straight up. Over in the field on a certain angle I would get a fail-safe. Ever since I've ran these antennas like this, Joshua Bardwell style, which he did the videos where I say that. People's done this before that, but I like it. Like it makes sense because when you have them up here, like he says, when you punch up or roll over or whatever, you can pull them down to your propellers. On here, they're constantly pushing down if they even move. You know what I mean? So that's a good antenna setup when you guys are building. And I run them on all mine. Look at that, stuck to the bottom. Got them there. Got them there. There. Show y'all them. So y'all don't pop trash. Got them on there. Run them on everything. Everything I do. Now this one here, it's just because I haven't messed with it much. This is the Behemoth. Okay, look at this beautiful rig. Okay, this is Kev FPV's first build. That's why it's still hanging on my wall on 100%. Shamonkey SE's CC 3D flight controller. Hook that bad boy to Libre Pilot. Try work with something. Look underneath there, you see the receiver. Look at all those wires that plug in that receiver versus what we do now. Can you guys get in here and see it? See right there. See the black. All the clips here. Eight channels, I think it is. But this one has the antennas up here, but they will get put down here because I do keep it. I will fly them. I'm working with a VTX on it right now. Getting it up and running. It flies now. Like I said, everything's good with it. Just need some eyeballs on it. Yep, exactly, Mike. And that's why I said they made life a lot easier on building things. Yeah, okay, 3.7, 350 milliamp hour batteries. I remember them batteries. I have a couple of little toy grade batteries here. I have tons of them down here in the cabinet. But yeah, I have little light goes everywhere. Well, guys, it's 6:30, and we'll be on at 8 o'clock, so I'm going to end this. I appreciate you hanging out with me and putting this together. Look forward to it. It's coming soon. We'll be doing them, soldering them all up, and making them purr online. So check us out. We'll let you know. We'll stay in touch. You guys stay in touch. But yeah, no, we'll get it done. I'll make it look decent. It's going to be a little rainbowy, couple colors. I like to have all blue and black wires, but I'm not getting into that no more. That was terrible to do that with the green machine. And you can even see they're not all green no more at all. You got the right wires, it's worth it. Live bar, welcome. Thank you, Mike. Really appreciate it. That is the Frog Light 218. Really, really nice. But guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me. And we will see you guys at 8 o'clock. We do have Plummet FPV is going to be on with us tonight. So check us out. Stop by. Enjoy the show. Thank you, Billy. You too, brother. Be safe flying. Yep, guys, I really appreciate you and look forward to it. We'll have it in the air, I want to say soon. But like I said, these motors. But yep, we're going to get her done and fly it. You already know me. The way I look at it is, if I throttle punch it and catch fire in the air, I'm going to have a camera on the ground filming it. Because I think a fireball screaming through the air is badass. But thank you guys for hanging out, and I really appreciate you. And we'll see you guys at 8 o'clock with Mr. Plummet himself. Have a good one, guys. Thank you. Mike, I use the Tyrannus QX7. All right, guys. Catch you later.